Okay, this is too loud. Wow, okay. Better. Okay, that works. This works. I think we're all set. Okie doke. We want to add a rate limiter for the proxy just to check send rates so we don't get spammed. And then I suspect there's something on the server which is if someone disconnects but their character is still there, or maybe it's on the proxy actually. But sometimes characters linger around after a disconnection but no, they should get disconnected then. We'll look into it. I'm not sure exactly. That's a part of this. What is this error? Oh. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. So that is what we'll be doing. I did a little investigation on this, but I don't really know how I want to structure this though. I'll either do, I mean, I know every connection that exists. I don't know, let's Google how to build a rate limiter. I'm just curious like what people do for this. I don't want a distributed rate limiter. I just want because we have one connection that stays open. I just need to know the data structure. Token bucket algorithm. The token, or hold on. What's up, Vegas Eagle? Can't hear it because you're in class. The token bucket algorithm is widely used for rate limiting. It's simple, well understood, and commonly used by internet companies. Both Amazon and Stripe have used this algorithm. Okay. A token bucket is a container that has a predefined capacity. Tokens are put in the bucket at preset rates periodically. Once the bucket is full, no more tokens can be added. As shown in figure 4, the token bucket capacity is 4. The refiller puts 2 tokens in the bucket every second. Once the bucket is full, extra tokens will overflow. So basically you cap the number. Each request consumes 1 token. This is actually nice because the problem I was thinking through was some requests I want to allow really high frequency and some requests I don't. I wasn't really sure how to do that. Like a login request should be very rare, but a, what's it called? Like a movement request should be is a lot more frequent. It's like 30 hertz or something like that. So, okay. Each request consumes 1 token. When the request arrives, we check if there are enough tokens in the bucket. Figure 5 explains how it works. Okay, request enough tokens. So you basically take tokens out of the bucket, and if the bucket's empty, then you don't have enough. Then the request gets dropped. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Okay, figure 6 illustrates how token consumption works. Refill, rate limiting logic work. For example, Start with 4 tokens, request goes through, 1 token consumed. Start with 3 tokens, all 3 requests go through, 3 tokens are consumed. Okay, and then start with 0 tokens, request will be dropped. 4 tokens were filled at 1 minute intervals. Okay, that's super slow, but how many buckets do we need? Buckets. Bucket size, the number of tokens. Where do you see how many buckets? Oh, bucket size, the maximum number of tokens allowed in the bucket. Refill rate, the number of tokens put in every second. Okay. How many buckets do we need? This varies depending on the rate limiting value, but here are a few rules. It's usually necessary to have different buckets for different API endpoints. For instance, if a user is allowed to make 1 post per second. Yeah, I guess I could think about it this way. Like I either have 1 bucket and then have some take more tokens, or I could have different buckets depending on the token or depending on the API, like log in and log out and stuff. Okay. It is usually necessary to have different buckets for different API endpoints. 1 post per second, add 150 friends daily, and like 5 posts per second. 3 buckets are required for each user. If we need to throttle based on IP address, each IP address requires a bucket. If the system allows a maximum of 10,000 requests per second, it makes sense. If a global bucket shared by all requests. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Because it does seem pretty easy. Hold on, I need to set an alarm. Add. Hold on. 3. All right, we'll set an alarm for 2:30. Okay. Token bucket algorithm. So I'll probably just have different, I guess I'll make 1 bucket data structure and then, which is just gonna be a atomic counter, I think. We'll throw this in the client connection object, which is pretty much the thing that tracks, what's it called? This is the thing that tracks like this is the connection object per user. I might put this in like a separate package thing, but it's such a simple thing. I might just do, let's see, tracker, world state room proxy. I'm just gonna throw it in here, I think. I'm gonna throw it at the top though. That's weird. This is the thing, atomic. Oh, I told it wrong. Atomic. I guess we'll do a 64. Let's take a gander really quick and just think about how we're going to implement this. Yeah, I mean, this is just going to be a counter. It's just, I need to service a request. So I check my bucket to see how much, what number it's at. And it's like, let's say it costs 2, I subtract 2. And then I need something that just periodically adds to it. I suspect an atomic is the best way to do this. I'll just do like value or I don't know. This is really, that was weird. Okay. All right, we'll make a function take amount. I'll just do it. I'm gonna do an in32. I don't know if it's really that much. It'll be smaller, I guess. B dot value dot. What's up, Dracula? What happened? Got DDoSed? Yeah, yeah, kind of. I looked through the log files. It's pretty much just like spammed logins, joins and leaves. It's just like join, leave, join, leave, join, leave. So I'm gonna do a rate limiter buckets per some of the big APIs, and then I'll have, what's it called? Then I'm also gonna do there's one other thing I think could be an issue. I'm gonna look at that as well. It was bound to happen eventually. Okay. I kind of need to do 2 checks though. Like, I think I want to do a compare and swap. But then I feel like I need to lock it. Like, I'm just thinking about how this is going to work for multiple things. Like, I need to take, but I want to clamp it to 0. And then I want to clamp it to 0. And then I want to, by the way, do you think vibe coding is kind of ruining the internet? Last month, Amazon Web Services is down, then Cloudflare. What was the Cloudflare bug? I saw that, oh, it was I saw it was like an unwrap or something. I saw a headline, I didn't read it. What is Cloudflare exactly, and why does it going down? Unwrap bug? Memory pre-allocation. Man, this is a long write-up. It's cool, but I just don't have the energy to read all this. It was this one, yeah. When a bad file with more than 200 features was propagated to our servers, this limit was hit, resulting in system panicking. FL2 Rust code that makes the check. It was the source of the unhandled error shown below. So they had an unwrap here. Even Rust makes me sick. There's a bigger problem. Second link by Cloudflare. They do good post. This one? This one? It is a good post. It's just like long. And I have my own bugs to fix. My own, oh, that's a cool feature where it scrolls. It shows the top, how far it is. Oh, I wrote it then you were in Google? Yeah, sorry. Got some delays. Database configuration issue makes a web service error, then it uses a panicking error handling unwrap, so it goes down. Cloudbleed causes Cloudflare to start sending encrypted data from some customers to other customers due to incorrect buffer handling. Yikes. I didn't hear about that one. I heard cloud bleed, but I didn't know what it was. This I'm not sure though. I mean, I could do this and I could check it. Oh no, I have the returned value, don't I? Add. The problem is if someone spams. I guess I could do a pre-check. No, but then if everything goes past the pre-check and then it decrements it, what does compare and swap do? Checks if a memory location's current value matches the expected value, and if it does, updates the memory location with the new value. Let's just Google this. A token bucket rate limiter. Leaky. They had 2 months ago where React DDoS their service and their dashboard was down. Oh, really? I'm no expert, but what I... but from what I see, you can create a rate limiting in engines, so it doesn't even hit go. The problem is I don't use regular API requests. This is like internal packets that I send. Yeah, they use a mutex. That's not very... This seems super complicated for... I understand that it's hard to do multiple, like I know how to do it if I use a sync. Allow. Automatically update tokens. Allow attempts to consume in tokens, returns true if successful, false otherwise. Oh, it does it by 1? Last refill. This is so overcomplicated. But yeah, I have to implement this myself because these are like custom binary packets. They're not like going through a web server. Well, this would be if I made this consume only always take 1. Then I could check to see if it's 0. I guess I could just do a lock. I don't know what the performance difference would be. I don't understand this though. No, elapsed. New tokens, tokens to add. Where's in? New tokens is old token. The problem is this is not thread safe because you're loading and then you're loading again and then you're doing stuff and then you're gonna put eventually. Oh. They do this like what's it called? Shoot. There's a name for this. It's like lock-free counter atomics. But yeah, they basically like do the calculation and then they say like what it should be. And if it matches, then they swap it. And if it doesn't, then they go back and try again because something else preempted them, basically. I'm just gonna do a mutex. That's why you make an SP game? Wait, what's SP game mean? Like a single page game? Web page game? Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, single player. I'm an idiot. For some reason, when you said SP, I thought of single page application. Like I thought you were trying to make like a pun of like SPA, SPG, single page game or something like that. That's like, I don't know, that's like what my head went to. Gosh. Oh, this is not, we don't have to do this anymore. We just do this. B dot value minus equals amount. Plus equals amount. Oh, this stays, this stays. Hold on, we'll have to do this. B, red equals B dot. Because I think mutex lock times are really, really low. I don't think they're that high at all. I think this is slightly less efficient, but I just don't think it's that big of a deal. Because what is the max rate? I'm gonna have like 30 per second. I'm not sure. But if it gets bad, we can always... I doubt this is gonna be where the contention happens. Okay. Or I do an atomic with just one every time. Because I think I can safely increment and decrement. Yeah, the only problem is I need to like pre-check stuff. Unless I make the refill, because there's gonna be a refill side. And I'm trying to think if there's a way to make this clamp to 0. I'm just gonna do a lock, whatever. Okay. All right, so new value is b dot value minus 1. If new val is less than 0, new val is the current value minus the amount we want to take. If it's less than 0, then it's gone negative, so we can't do that. Else we set it to the new value because it's a positive or 0. We unlock and then we do true. Oh, there's almost a lock bug there. I'm just gonna do a defer. Okay. I don't love defers because I think they make it so you can't inline the functions, but We'll just do this, I guess. I don't think this is gonna change, so. Okay, there's our token bucket. We'll have to have a refill thread that goes on these as well, but proxy.go. Oh wait, I want to go to client con. This is all tracker stuff. I'm gonna throw this up here. It's just gonna be what is this called? This technique? Oh, the bucket is the type of algorithm. We just want a rate limiter. So it's normal limiter. Did I make it a pointer? I'll call it a tick limiter, because a tick is what I call the things that the packets that get sent upstream to the server. So we'll have a normal limiter. I'll call it default limiter. And then tick limiter. Okay. We just have to go through every single leave. I'm tempted to, because I think this does a check, which is like, these get culled really, really quickly. And I'd rather not block it, because then what could happen is the person's joined, spammed join or something like that, and then they try to leave, but they can't leave. So yeah, there's already some pretty good culling on that, I think. So we'll do login. This will be a part of the so we'll take one from there. I'm gonna make these pointers because I'm gonna have to instantiate them anyways. Okay, that'll be take one. Oh wait, we do if. I cannot remember how this works. Yeah, if it could not take one, we'll return a we'll do I'm just gonna do duplicate login. All right, that was login, I think. Join. Do this. All right, leave, we'll leave, and then I can't remember the cadence that these get called with. But these ones don't do anything. It's almost like, I don't know if it's faster to do a rate limiter check on this or just to return it. Because like if you do a rate limiter check and then you just return the Pong. That's just like a connectivity detection tool that I use sometimes. Okay, so then we'll do core tick. This one's gonna be separate though. Tick limiter, take one. This one doesn't return. we need to set these up, obviously. So we do new client con, and we'll do oops, this I want to return that. Return. Or we'll start with value set to size. Okay. Then the question is like, what's the rate at which tokens get deposited back? Like once per second or something? Then there's another question, which is how do I deposit them back in? Obviously by calling this, but I need some kind of yeah, I don't know if I love that really. I end up having to have another go routine for every single connection. I'm just curious what the other one is. Leaking bucket. Fixed window. The problem is it's 2 extra go routines. Or I spin off a thing. Either that or I track like the last time and I check new time every time I do a take. Like I could get the current time and then like time since the last time something was taken, add in all the ones that were missing based off of the rate. I don't know if that's better or worse though. I wonder if that means I don't have to, I mean, I guess. It won't be, you won't get exactly it. It would work though. It would save me some go routines. Let's do that. This will make this much more complicated, so it's not going to get inlined anyways, so. Time.time. Last take time. I wonder what they did for this other one. Did they do a go routine? Refill, time.now. They do a float? Oh, because they're gonna do partials, I guess. Partial tokens. I'm just gonna round down, I'm just gonna floor. I guess we will do a refill function. We'll basically do time.since b.last take time. We'll do this is time.now. And then we'll do dt dot dt divided by what's up, Nexus? No, how's it going? I think durations are in 64s. I'm like 99% sure. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the problem is if they spam, then... All right, we'll do floating point value as well. Pet kitty. I don't know if you can see him anymore. He's laying down right here. There he is. Attention. Overstimulus. All right, this will be a float 64 now. This will calculate how many tokens we want to add. Oh, they clamp it as well. Oops. We'll do this. Value is going to be the minimum of this plus this and v.size. I am doing a rate limiter. Someone wrote a little proxy for Mythfall and it ended up crashing the server, so I'm trying to prevent that. There's just a ton of login and log out spams that happened. And then the game just crashed. Or it didn't crash technically, but it froze. Okay, let's logic this now. We have the time since the last take time. I'm not reading this last refill. We'll set this. We have the dt. dt.seconds divided by the refill duration. That's the amount that we want to refill. We'll add that and then we'll minimize it with, or take the minimum of this number and we'll clamp it to this basically. Okay, so that should refill it every single time we try to take. And then we'll do so we'll take the amount. That'll be the new value. If it's less than 0, we'll return false because we don't have that much to take. Else we'll set the new value to that and then we'll return true. And I think that works. Okay, so we'll do a 5. I'm trying to think of what sort of size and refill duration makes sense for these. Like if I did like a bucket with only 1, but I made the refill duration, I could make the refill duration like exactly what I want. But if I make it bigger, then it gives some room for bursting things. We could do 5 at 1 every, and then get back 1 every 2 seconds or something. I feel like 1 back every 5 seconds is not enough. But maybe we'll mess with it and see if we get rate limited. This one we will do, what's my tick time? Nope. Base. Const. Fixed time step. 32. I think it's at 15 hertz. Why didn't the late because the server got spammed, so we're gonna add a rate limiter in it so it doesn't crash anymore. Do do do. It was something I always needed to add, so why not use tools out there already? I use a custom like serialization protocol. Like I'm not using HTTP or anything like that. It is funnier to build. It is funner to build for sure. And you get to learn. Like I got to learn about we're doing the token bucket algorithm. But I have a custom protocol, right? So and it goes over WebSockets or WebRTC and stuff. So I can't just use like a pre-made one. And it's also like a really simple thing. Yeah, how the token bucket algorithm works, and I just learned this, so. But basically every single time a request comes in, like you can think of it as a bucket, but really it's just a counter of some value. And if the value goes negative, then you block the next request. And then you just refill it over time. So like, you have your bucket, it's full, like the count is 4. A request comes in, 1 request comes in, it decrements by 1, it becomes 3. 3 requests come in, it decrements by 1, 2, 3. It does that independently, right? And then it'll have 0. Then the next request would get blocked because it hasn't refilled. But then you have some refill time period where every in seconds you refill it by 1. What's up, Jen? So we'll do that for that one. And then for the other one, we're doing 32 milliseconds. I guess I could make that the refill rate. I'm gonna do 30. Because I never want the case where you run out on this one. And I'll give you a bucket size of 60. Well, hold on a second. Is this 30? Hold on a second. 1 divided by 32. Why can't I do this in my head? I'm so oh, it's 1000 divided by 32 milliseconds. Because if it was 60 FPS is 1 divided by 60, which is 16 milliseconds. 1 divided by 30 is 0.33. We'll do this one. Okay. I'm gonna do a printout log here. Because this one doesn't return anything, so it's just gonna disconnect the client pretty much. Ah, should I disconnect them? I think I will disconnect them. I genuinely don't remember what this is called. I have a function though. Yeah, we do. This is the function we call. Okay. Just marks them for disconnection. So we'll track that as a rate limiting disconnection. And I think that's all we have to do. I ran past that, I run so fast. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Let's do this. Oh, it closed because I hit escape. I didn't see what it said though. Let's I mean, I'm gonna crank it up so it's a little bit harder to or so it's a little bit easier to hit. We'll refill every 20 seconds. So it should be able to do, we should be able to do 5 of these and then have it block us. Like we'll hit our rate limit. It'll just be 5 logins. Two, 3, 4, 5. 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi, 11 Mississippi, 12 Mississippi. Oh, that seems pretty reasonable. Maybe it took 8 seconds to fill the other ones, so yeah. I might do 5 with a 5-second cooldown. Where does this get used again? Let's look. It gets used on log in and join. It's just like how, I think 5's enough. I don't think anybody's gonna burst more than 5 joins and logins normally. It's just a matter of like how long of a refresh time I want to have. I wonder, I do think though that when you enter a portal, that doesn't go through, that goes through the movement API, I think. Yeah, I don't think these are through the core API, the core tick API, which is really fast. That's handle all of your movement. Someone's really well optimized. Yeah, okay. So that won't get limited at all. It's literally just this, joining through here. Yeah, we'll do 5 seconds. We'll add some printouts as well though, like we did for this one. All right. Should I print their user ID? Before they log in, I don't think I have it. So this one I don't think I can, but join server I could. Yeah, let's do it here. We'll do both of these. This one I have like very little info about the player because they've not logged in yet. Okay. And then here we'll do it as well. Okay. I think I'm happy with that. What else do I print? The only thing I'm worried about for this one, maybe I don't do a rate limiter on this. The only risky thing for this one is that, like, I'm making it so large, it's like, how could you ever do this much? But the problem is I'm trying to be as lag tolerant as possible, and I already disconnect people if they wait too long, so I might just remove this rate limiter, honestly. I'm gonna leave this here. I'm just gonna write you decided to not use this because you already do custom lag detection for users. Okay. Because I already ensure that your ticks aren't like too sped up or too slowed down when you send them in. And so I already do like a lot of timing analysis on that, so it's not really worth it to do a late rate limiter on top of that. I mostly just want to prevent like people spamming things that take a lot of server resources, like joining and leaving servers and stuff like that. So okay, that seems pretty good. What time is that? All right. We had the token bucket, we had some printouts, we had some takes, and then here we added the implementation. Well, let me remove this commented bit. APIs, okay. Pretty good. That is that one. I don't disconnect them though, I just block them. Like they just get limited to, what did I set it to, 5 seconds? That's pretty good. Yeah, 5 seconds and you have a buffer of 5. Okay, and then yeah, sometimes characters linger, but I think I log you out beforehand. I just want to think about that, or I'm gonna walk through how it works. Let me feed this cat first, because he's gonna keep doing this if I don't. I'll be back. Give me 1 second. Come on. Cats are fed. What was I doing? Oh yeah, we were gonna check when people get disconnected or log out. I think they linger around a little bit too long. I would look at that. Swap if world change. Like, I think they get removed from the room. I guess I think they get removed from the room before they should. Man, this is some old code. I don't remember what I did here. This is the defer function. So we build a client con, and I think we build a defer function for all the stuff, all the cleanup stuff we want to do. And then what do we do? Yeah, it gets closed eventually. And then we finalize and leave. I'm trying to think of how this works. Loop until we're sure the client con has left the server. But where do I have it leave the server? Oh, join. Wait for joined to... Let me look at my logs really quickly for the proxy. I just want to search for that string. Line filter for... Let's look for this. We lost 6 hours. Okay, nothing found. Error closing. Client connection? No. This is just an atomic, I think. Yeah, that's an atomic. And I'm pretty sure we have, like, as a part of our leave loop, we set, yeah, clean leave, finalize, and then we finish leaving. And then this defer statement should finally get cleaned up. This should become false, which means we successfully removed, logins remove. Unless there's some other reason why. Like what I saw in the game logs was data being sent to, what was it exactly? Unknown component union type. Yeah, finalize and leave, finalize and leave. It is kind of a long delay between leave calls, I guess. Or it could be, because you have to go tell the server to leave, and then it has to complete the leave. So I wonder if that can be spammed. They're not like a... let's just look really quickly. Yeah, leave server. That's what I was looking for. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's locked the entire time. Let's just walk through really quickly. All right, finalize and leave. If we've already left, then block it. Technically, that's checked up here as well. If they're not authenticated, then we can't leave because they've never joined. Actually, I don't really know that because you think it'd be connected to login. But all right, leave server, finalize it. Let's just walk through this. Finalize and leave. Leave immediately, finalize leave server. Otherwise we do a delayed leave, which is for hard disconnects. We send it to the server and we wait for the response. Oh, we can't leave because this is leaving with a user ID. Clean leave, this just cleans stuff up. Then we set join to false. Okay. All right, this tries to leave, then we try to close the socket, and then we do an enormous amount of these checks, where we try to wait for the for this to become false, and then we remove them from the login list. But then how would I ever have that case where they exist in the game world still? Like, how could someone join? How could two of the same user IDs join? Because what we end up doing is, client con world update. We send the world updates to the client. We filter components. Like, it seemed like what was happening was the game had two of the same user. Like, one person joined before the other person had left. Either that or is just like a weird. But that should never happen. I think even on the server we prevent it. Or I want to look at is this it? No, it's like con. Actually might be in service server. Do we have join server, leave server? This is just the same thing as a login map. we check to see if the user's already there. This just deletes it. It is disconnected though. Like what could happen is the leave could get sent back. That could be it. It could be that the leave goes back to the proxy to unblock the login map. However, in the game, the actual game that exists, the player entity is still there because this is disconnected. They're not actually deleted yet. What's up, Toasty Codes? Do you know someone who's hiring for a Golang developer? Sorry, I don't. I'm pretty far out of the job market right now, so I don't know. I don't even know any teams that do Golang stuff, except I have like maybe one friend that does Golang. Is the job market tough right now? That's what I've been hearing. I'm almost out of money being searching for jobs for 3 months. Oh yeah, dang, that sucks. Dracula in YouTube chat says, Unit only hires JavaScript devs. Yeah, I heard the job market's pretty tough right now. Freaking ChatGPT's coming for us all. Freaking Anthropic. Taking all the open source code we wrote and just profiting off of it. But yeah, I only hire JavaScript devs because my game's 100% written in JavaScript. But I only hire the worst JavaScript devs. Ones who don't know the difference between 2 equals and 3 equals. If you know the difference between that, then you're fired immediately. Sending my resume right now. Yep, Dracula's top of my list for worst JavaScript devs. Oh gosh. Yeah, so this could definitely cause it. It's like I need another asynchronous layer here where I can't log this guy out until deactivate user. I think double equal checks for equals and triple equals is for not equals, right? You're hired. You're hired, buddy. You passed the exam. You passed. You're now the top of the JavaScript list. Dracula's now fired. He probably knows the difference. He's probably been lying to me. Okay, I don't know how to solve this. I don't know if I care to solve this, honestly. It's maybe not a real job, but you are hired felt nice. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, I got you. I got you, buddy. If you ever need words of affirmation, I'm here. Great work. You're hired. You get a raise. I think we're gonna give you a bonus this year. Software words of affirmation for software engineers. Yeah, I mean, the problem is this really needs to be lockstepped. I could make a separate channel that's only has a length of 1. No, but then I'm locking. The hard part is this needs to go into I have a game loop that's running, and then I have server APIs that are modifying the game loop. So you send a message over to say you want to delete this thing, but then before I do this, I need to wait for this to finish. That's a good idea for an AI app. That would work pretty well. I think people would pay for it too. App Store app. By the way, where have you deployed your game? I'm exploring deployment options. I use a hosting provider called HostHatch. They're like the, of the VPSs that I investigated, they're like one of the cheapest ones for the amount of processing power you get. So I picked them. And they have a reasonable, I mean, they're like, it's just bare bones VPS VMs that you get. And like once or twice a year, a couple times a year, they're gonna force you to restart it for some reason, because they have to like do some maintenance or something like that. But other than that, it works pretty well. But you can get some pretty beefy computers for like $12. This might not be the problem, but this is definitely a problem. I don't know how I'm gonna handle it, because I have to handle it everywhere. What I would have to do is dungeon deactivate user. Can this be called from? I got an old 16GB RAM RTX 3050 4GB. Nice. Need a little home labbing. I thought about doing home lab, but man, it's just, there's so much pain in like installing stuff and all of that. Someone really needs to, what's that OS called? That deterministic OS that's called? I think it's just an S. It's on top of Linux. No, it's not a deterministic OS. It's like declarative. Nixos, that's what it's called. They need to do Nixos, but like an easy version. Yeah, I do kind of a declarative setup for Arch. It's just that like, I want this like result. Nixos is kind of sucky in my opinion. I agree. I want this result, and I just want like a file that I can put on any computer and have this result. Nothing against Nix, but the OS version kind of sucks. I've never used Nix on its own. That's the package manager. I did try Nixos, and it was, I mean, it's not like awful, but it's like, man, dude, I just don't really want to learn a whole new thing just to like reconfigure what I already know what I want to do. And then you have to do those they call them they're like some sort of environment thing. I forgot the name for it, but they have these environments that you have to like move into this environment to like compile things, because you can't install some things on the main OS. You have to install it instead of some like virtual OS thing that just handles building one thing. And it's just like, I don't know. I just got tired of it. And I'd always have like weird little issues, you know? But yeah, for like servers, like I really just want to like install some package and then just have it be what I want it to be. Apps just don't work, so either depend on people to get stuff working. Yeah. Yeah, I really didn't get that far. I mean, I just like tried to get up my typical dev environment set up. I don't even know if I got my game compiling on it. I still have it on my laptop, but at this point, what I do is I just do Arch Linux, and then I have a list of packages that I install. I just have a list of packages that like I usually want. And I have a make file. This was my, oh, I guess maybe I did get Mythfall running, but I had Nick sauce set up. Then I have some home stuff that I usually use. And this is like my GNOME settings. And I have some AUR crap, and then it works whatever. It's work, but you could get a setup, but you could, it's work, but you could get set up a type 1 hypervisor and then provision using Terraform Ansible. That'd get pretty close to what you're looking for. That's a good idea, yeah. Like for a home lab thing. Or what's it called? There's something called Proxmox, yeah. Use something like Proxmox, I guess? Is that a type 1 hypervisor? Oh, it's a type 2? I actually don't even know the difference. Linux type 1, what's the best one metal hypervisor? VFIO. Maybe it's type 1, I don't know. Oh, it uses KVM, which is a type 1, I guess. So like Proxmox, I guess. Type 1 runs the hardware, type 2 runs the OS. I see. Random question, has anyone tried to hack Mythfall and gain admin? I mean, if someone has, I don't really know about it. There was one guy today who set up a little proxy thing, I think just to like read the packets that go across, and it ended up crashing the game. So he was maybe trying to hack the server, I don't know. But it ended up just spamming a bunch of login, logout requests, so. Do you want to run actual VMs, or would Docker do? Like the problem, Docker's like one component of it, you know? But like, let's say you have just a blank computer. It's like the process of getting that blank computer to like have everything installed on it is kind of a pain. Like maybe there's some solution for this. Like I know there's like Pixie boot and like net boot things you can do. But like I just get so tired of like, oh, let me go, like I need to go plug a monitor into this box and like install all the crap and then unplug it, plug it in the network. Does the SSH work? Oh, it doesn't work. I need to go like unplug it and plug it back into a monitor so I can, you know what I mean? Like little things like that are just really frustrating. I'm sure there's automation stuff for this. I just don't know what it is. I don't do enough server home labbing stuff to do it, but yeah, so then once you have like the baseline thing installed on the box, then it's about just like spinning up VMs or running Docker, or probably running VMs that run Docker inside of them, which would be fine. But it's just work. Like how much is like if I spent $4 a month, 4 times 12, what's that? Like $48 a year. You could pay $48 a year just to have a little Linux server, you know? So it's like, would I rather just spend $48 or would I rather like spend $100? I guess it would be like you get 2 years without having to set up a computer, but then it's a remote, so it's a little bit slower maybe. I don't know. Just a bunch of trade-offs, I guess. There's no right answers to anything. Okay, how do we want to do this? Where do I call logout? It's just for these two messages. Where do I do this? Oops. Like what, I mean, I think the proper strategy is to have, because logout user is just a map deletion through a mutex. So this is already thread safe. So I think what I have to do is have the game, once it finishes deleting the object, it should be the thing that calls back to delete or to log them out. Because I don't want to log them out before they're available for it. But I'm kind of unsure of the impact of this, just because it's just gonna log them out slower. It's gonna log them out slower. It's the opposite of this one, I think, right? Get user, server con, login map user ID. Server con, login map user ID, yeah. I probably do want to log them out here. No, because then you have this problem where it could get deactivated and then I can't find them. What does deactivated user do? This one's in leave server. That one's in when people die. Dungeon remove user. This is for like closing. What is this for? That's if the proxy disconnects, we remove them. This is if, but they would stay logged in, wouldn't they? Remove user, what does this do? Dungeon manager, remove user, deactivate user. Game remove user. It's just frustrating when you have like things that need to happen. There's like all these places where it can happen from. You have to make sure that you're not gonna like mess any one of those things up. And there's threads that are happening, so it's a little bit harder to think about. I guess we just need to keep going through these until we finally figure it out. But logout user is one of the main gates for people wanting to update themselves on the server. Like once this happens, they can no longer update themselves. The problem is it happens too soon. So I let them rejoin while their old entity is still there. So dungeon deactivate user. Deactivate user. This just removes them. This just removes them from the dungeon user map. Okay. All right, let's look at this third place where this gets called. It gets called from remove user, deactivate user does. And that happens when we this is a dungeon getting shut down, which is probably only happening if I like hard close the, like I said, send a sig int or something like that. All right, this is inside the ECS loop only. We get the dungeon they're on, and then we want to remove them. Because we want to move them to a new dungeon. Because they've like entered a portal or something like that. So this deactivates them for the from that dungeon and removes them from the game. Yeah, wait, what removes them from the game? Oh, the delete does. Okay. Remove. Try handle prestige, and then we call game.delete. If it's not death, we do that. Okay. Does that mean I try to handle prestige twice? But okay, all this does is deactivates them from the dungeon user map. All this does is deactivates them from the well, hold on. The thing I'm worried about is that I can't release this lock. Yeah, this just removes them from the user, like the server user map. So there's no duplicates. No duplicates in a dungeon, no duplicates in a, or it's like thread safety in a dungeon, thread safety on a server, right, per user ID. And then the problem is that I can't, do I have a lock here? I don't have a lock. Oh, because these are all sequential. I learned to Go once, but F me. The force structure pissed me the F off. Sorry, buddy. Oh, add time. Yeah, I don't like, what specifically did you not like in the terms of the structure? Like the folder structure and stuff like that, or? Validator kill. The folder stuff, yeah. I mean, it's like it's a little confusing at first, but after that, I prefer it that way now. And whenever I use a language that doesn't have that, like Zig, I'm always like, man, I wish I was using Go. But I get it. It's just like what your preferences are for how you want to organize your things. It's just nice to have a folder with all the stuff in it and have it all be able to access each other. So you don't have to be like, and this file is importing this other file, you know? So you can be a little bit more fine-grained with your modules, or not modules, packages. Whew. I think my internet died. Hope it's not mine. Nope, I'm dropping packets. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, it seems like it's stabilizing. I mean, these are technically locked, so it should be safe. It's just a matter of if I want to delete these. Like, I want this to happen immediately, I guess. But I could also have the deactivation and the logout sections happen from the game in which the user exists in. Yeah, let me pick them up off the floor real quick. These packets are all everywhere on the ground right now. I just dropped a bunch of them. All right, let's see what our Git tree looks like. Oh, good thing we found that. Okay. Here's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and write it, and then we will see if there's any problems that are obvious. I don't think there should be any issues, but... service, game server, on. Okay. I like my tasks sync between my phone and PC. And all managed by Nextcloud. Nice. How does this work though? It could end up causing you to send to... Yeah, this might not work. Because what could happen is, let's say two of these get sent, two leave servers get sent from a client. One of them goes through, does all of this, but except this is going to go away. And this is going to go away. So from the server's perspective, all of this stuff is active. It doesn't know that this has already been sent to the dungeon to remove the user. And the dungeon has to call back to the server to say, all right, log them out, deactivate them. And I could do one of these. I could do one of these. that fix it though? This is gonna get blocked here, or it's gonna get blocked there. So this one would log them out of the user map. So I could leave this here, I guess. And then this could deactivate users. The problem is, no, that wouldn't work, because what could happen is we're waiting for this to happen to do the deactivation, and we're waiting for this to happen to do the deactivation. But then another one also gets sent, so you end up having two of these messages. So I guess on the other side, I could say like, oh, you've already tried to disconnect them. But it just causes weird issues where like I don't like that. I'd rather filter it out earlier, I think. I mean, I could sleep. No, that's terrible. Don't do that. Now to figure out a way to do the same with Obsidian. You think that Android default calendar has CalDAV support, but nope. Yeah, I don't know. I just use Google Calendar for my appointments and stuff. Works pretty well. Trying to de-Google my life. Yeah, good luck. I've given in. Let's see. Threads are always such a pain. The problem is they can join before their entity has been deleted. But when they join, shouldn't it be in order? Because ingress channel. Something spawns players. What about green threads? I forgot what it's called in Go. They're called Go routines, but yeah, they're green threads. It's just the tricky part with threads isn't about like how to manage threads. It's about how to synchronize data across threads in like the way that you need to. It just gets confusing when like you could have simultaneous web requests coming in and like half of the work could be done on one while the other half one starts. It's just kind of confusing. Or it can get confusing, I guess. Player entity. Does this go to the ingress channel? That's what I'm looking for. Add user at. Yeah, ingress channel entity right, okay. I'm just gonna leave. I think I'm gonna leave this for now. I think the rate limiting will be enough. I might do a I'm kind of tempted to change the rate limiter just to do like one. You get one login call per second or something like that. So there's like no bursting at all. But whatever. I'm kind of on the fence about it. Hopefully that fixes some of those problems at least. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know if they're right here. Let's do that. Okay. All right, what next? Or I have this was a v.2 feedback. He had one more. Hung had one more feedback. I forgot what it was though. But maybe I wrote it all down. Oh, he said he was gonna get a video of it. It was like, no, that's what I wrote. Okay, never mind. Okay. Oh, he also wanted, that's what it was. The problem is that sometimes crafting items is painful when you can't stack resources. So I think for like making some potions, you have to make like 4 of one potion, then get 4 of the resource, and then do 4 at a time, which is a little bit annoying. So it'd be nice just to have like a single stack you could do a bunch of potions with. So like I'm not against stuff like that because the inventories are pretty small. I don't really want them to be massive, but I do want some stackability for crafting. So yeah. Okay. I think I wrote this down somewhere. I wrote that down somewhere else, I think. Yeah, right there. I'm gonna go ahead and copy. I'm gonna reorganize this a little bit. Nope, wrong one. Why is everything open? This was done last patch. There's just some refactor work that I want to do. Okay. These are my leftover set pieces ideas, leftover item ideas, leftover mob ideas, feedback. It's like a wandery work. I don't know where this went. Did I delete it already? Oh, this is one of my next most important things. Delete column, leftover. That one. I'm just gonna throw these into this one. So I just have so many of these like really small. I'm just gonna delete this. Because the note is like maybe add item drops to some bosses. Maybe do more mobs. So like I'm just gonna revisit that naturally, I feel like. Okay. I'm gonna leave this. If I can find it, there it is. Okay. And he's back. What's up, buddy? Okay, let's go to biomes. I'm gonna throw this over here just so I can reference it. All right, we have our Misty Peak. We have is it Whispering with an H? Brimfang Wilds, Ashwood Forest, Frostvale Crest. This one's gonna go up here. Okay. I think Whispering is with an H. Whisper. All right, this is gonna have Grug Pit. This is gonna have man, what is it called? Mountain Temple? For Grug Pit, I need to redo the mobs in dungeon. Biome mobs. Redo dungeon mobs. Biome mobs. Wolf. What's that guy called? The one boss fight that's awful? That drops Grug Pit. It's called Grim Leadshank. I'm gonna make that boss fight way less punishing, I think. And Grug Pit, all I think I need to do is redo the dungeon mobs. I might just make this a single liner. But I can add stuff in the future if I need to. Okay, biome mobs. We need to make a list for that. We need a set piece. And we need a dungeon. We need the same for that. Oh, this has a set piece boss as well, which is called... I want to redesign this fight though. I can't remember what the set piece is called. Or no, this is called Hanging Temple. It's like Temple Guardian or something. We do boss fight to be less boring. Maybe add a few mobs. Okay. These ones we need to build completely new concepts though, for Frostvale Crest and Ashwood Forest. However, I do need to do a I need to do something Christmas themed, and I was thinking I would do Frostvale Crest, add Frostvale mobs, and then do like a Santa set piece for this section, just because I don't know if I'll have time to get through all of these biomes by Christmas. 1, 2, I have like 2 weeks. So I have to kind of like shortlist what's important. So I'll probably do this, because this is pretty close to being done. This is pretty close to being done. We'll just have to add new mobs, and then redo a few boss fights, and then we'll do Frostvale Crest probably. And this will take... I might not get to the dungeon. I'm gonna throw this inside of Frostvale Crest. Maybe like a dark, evil Santa set piece fight. Okay. I'll have to brainstorm a little bit more for that. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, bum. I could do like ninjas too. I might do like monks, but do like different belts, and then have different like attack styles depending on. That could be kind of cool. Temple Guardian we need to redo. I don't know how I'm gonna redo that one. We'll come up with something. Hanging Temple. I think the boss fight's okay. So I'll probably leave that. I'm just gonna throw a few more mobs inside of the dungeon from the outer world, like the biome. And then ninjas, I don't know. Maybe like the Dagger Elves, we have those. Then for the wolves in Brimfang Wilds, and we have the wolves. We also have those little monsters. That are inside the dungeon, so I'll probably rework those ones. We could do like the small orcs. Smaller orc type monsters. We could also do like a warg rider. How do you spell that? Warg rider. W-A-R-G. We have this, and then Frostvale Crest we'll have to brainstorm some more. I really don't know. I don't have a dungeon idea for this yet, unless I wrote one down. Which I don't think I did. But that's okay. Okay. That's a good brainstorm, I think. Move Sea Mandarin and scene creation out of the client. This stuff's kind of complicated, I think. Okay, I think I like that. All right. Well, I have to go though, so this is gonna be a short stream. But we hit the 2 hour mark, which is okay, I guess. So, but thank you all for stopping in. It was a good time. We got our rate limiter added. A little bit longer than I thought, but we were digging through the code a bit, so we've got a good handle on how it works. But thank you all for stopping by. Hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. See you next, Noel. See you, buddy.